What do you think will be possible that right now we think, no way, there's no way humans are going to be able to do that?
Um, I'm going to side with what I call intelligence amplification and wisdom keeping. I think that most folks do not understand how powerful it will be to have a system that's fully local, never on the cloud, that fully understands all of the decisions you make, all the decisions you've made, and all the inputs you've ever experienced in life. And the most important inputs, the emotional inputs. And it will know it because it'll have telemetry coming off of you. It will say your heart rate went crazy, your skin resistance went up, your irises went this way, all these different things in a local AI. That power to be able to go have self-reference will allow not only people to be mentally, emotionally, and physically healthy, but to be maybe 100 times more powerful, because we don't have that aperture window into our mistakes. We feel victimized by the decisions that we made rather than empowered. A personal AI will empower us and will say at that moment when we're making those decisions, hey, Natalie, remember the last time you did that? And it's not like this new a nuisance. It's this reminder that you have made a plan and a mission for your life, and you've made a choice to go in this direction, and your AI is going to fortify that. And once you leave this place, what do you have in that AI? You have what I call a wisdom keeper. Now you can make a choice where this wisdom goes. Does it die with you? Fine, you can do that. Or does it live on with your relatives, your loved ones? And you choose to have children, your daughter's getting married, you just unfortunately didn't make it. Mom, I'm getting married. What was your day like when you got married? In your voice and in your context, it will say, this is what it was like. This is what I was feeling. These were my jitters. I cannot tell you how valuable that wisdom is. And we are starving from it because we don't talk to each other. Our lives are generally broken. And if we can reconnect using this wisdom across the ages, the power of that, your great, 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 great grandchildren will say, my great, great grandmother Natalie was about this Bitcoin stuff. And we got these little images, but they're so low resolution and they're not holographic. But you know what? She left us this wisdom keeper, and we can converse with it. This is where I think AI should be going. This is where humanity has been going. This is why we invented language. This is why we talk to each other. This is why we sat around in the fires and looked into the sky and made up stories and shapes in the stars. Said, wow, that looks like a lion. Well, let me tell you, son, a story about a lion. These were allegorical stories that lifted us up. You want to know what? Everything that we think is important flattens out, and it comes back to one thing, is that we are interconnected as humanity, and we're on a mission. And it isn't going to be anything that's going to stop us, even the things that we think may stop us, because we're going to overcome it. But these are one of the tools that are going to do that.
That's really incredible to think about. If I had the chance right now through technology to somehow have a conversation with or just hear about the life of a great great grandparent that I never had the chance to meet and know, I would take it in a heartbeat. I mean, and I would pay money for that experience and to see into their lives a little bit. And I know earlier you said that, in just a couple generations, people are forgotten. And that's just the way it is. You make an impact on those you care about, and maybe you have a legacy, especially if you're maybe successful in an industry or you're a public figure. But at the end of the day, in a couple of generations, you're forgotten about. You're right. But in a sense, AI can make it so that you do live forever. I think there was a movie I watched at some point where it's this like concept of downloading your thoughts and experiences into a computer, and in that way you are immortal. So that is just crazy, crazy.
And we can do it right now. Natalie, we can do it right now.